Hello. It's another in point again video from Dorin Anghelescu. Excuse that. We all watched, or at least we all have heard, I should say this time, about the caucus in Iowa that took place for the first runoff for the candidate on the Republican side and candidate on the Democrat side. Ah, hay fever. What can I say? Anyway, we have heard from both of them, and Ted Cruz was eagerly out having people like Phil Robertson campaign for him and make stump speeches for him about how he says that the world should be rid of gay rights supporters. Really, who's going to make that decision, and by what means? And do you understand what domestic terrorism is, Mr. Robertson? Because, frankly, I'm not so sure that you do. You know, I mean, we've already looked into your past. You barely have a level C education. You are just average, pretty much, in the smarts department. Okay, I'm not saying that I'm the biggest genius. Okay, but even I can see through your bullshit. Okay, where do you stop with that, people? Where does that end? And if you are comfortable with this because you think, oh, well, I'm not gay, so it's not going to matter to me. I mean, they're not going to, come looking for me or anything. Really? Because that's not how it has ever worked out in the past. Okay? Fascism is a right wing ideology. And if you really want to go ahead and dig around and look in the past, you will find out that there has been many times in history, including recent history, and World War II is a great example. What happened in Nazi Germany is a great example. What happened in all of those countries is that the people who had the power and control at the top basically manipulated the media into controlling the people at the bottom, not even the middle, just the bottom, and getting those to think that that their position, no matter how bad or how poor, number one, if they were white, they were still a better class of human being than your average black man or brown man or gay man or dyke woman or whatever. And this went on for a while. We know how that worked out. The next one was you do not want to wait and take the chance hoping that, oh, well, I didn't say anything because nobody's actually saying that I'm the problem. What makes you think that if they get away with it that far, that you're not going to be a problem next? Okay, where do you stop with this? Where do you end this line of division and cynicism? Because it has to stop somewhere. If you're using Christian faith, my Christian faith, to foment and promote your own hate and ignorance and use it for prejudice, you can damn well bet I'm going to call you out on your crap. And we all should, including those of us who are atheists. Okay? Because we share a common bond of being in the same boat. People who do not want our Christian faith used for hate and atheists have a common bond to pull together. We basically need to nip it in the bud on the right. And it's going to be very hard to do because they have been manipulating the system for 35 years. And Phil Robertson and Ted Cruz are perfect examples of it. And Ted Cruz said the first thing that he would do, same thing as Donald Trump, replace all the Supreme Court justices to nullify gay marriage. Really? So we want an impartially, we want to take an impartial court, and we want to turn it into a partial court full of bias, so we can turn your country into an authoritarian theocracy. That is not a solution. Okay, this is exactly what Hitler tried to do. Okay, it didn't work any better for him than it would work out for you. I am no longer a Republican. I'm not going to put up with this crap anymore. You people do not speak for me in the slightest. Okay? You're not going to use my Christian faith to foment and promote your prejudice without me saying anything about it. And the reason I am doing this is because I have a lot of people telling me, it's like, where are all the normal Christians like denouncing the ones on the right who are yelling and screaming the loudest shrill bunch of bullshit message? Well, I tell you right now, I'm yelling as loud as I can. So please follow me on YouTube, follow me on Facebook, and distribute this video. And of course, add your own. Don't just take mine for it. Some people are uncomfortable speaking in front of a camera. Okay, I understand it. Some people are uncomfortable in speaking in front of large crowds of people. I get that too. I do not, but I understand those who do. Feel free to forward this video, of course. If you want to jump in and like make one your own and add your 2 cents, please, God bless, please do. Please do. Serious. Because the sincerity and the heart and the soul and the nation is at stake. This is not just an election in 9 months, in 2016. This is a fight for the soul of the country, of your country. Our founding fathers, or your founding fathers, I should say, since I am not from here, I am naturalized, but I am not from here, believed that your diversity was your strength, that your children were your strength, that your different races and your different ideas were your strength. And it was out of this that there were wars fought and there were battles fought. And many people took incredible heat for coming out saying that they did not believe that just because you were a person of a dark skin color that meant you were 3/5 human. Okay, it's bullshit. All right, is women deserve the same pay for doing the same job. Okay, the union used to be the strongest defender of middle class rights in the country, and it has been decimated. At the same time, those who belong to unions, there has been many of them, not a lot, but there's been many of them who use their union like a free ride. Don't do that. We're all in the same boat, okay? I don't know where it's going to end, but basically, when people like Ted Cruz, Mike Huckabee, well, he's out of it now. Oh, thank God for that. Donald Trump, Carly Fiorina, one of the worst. Rick Santorum, all these people on that, Chris Christie, start telling you on the right that they want you to hate all the same people that they do. They are using you. They are conning you out of your money, and they are conning you out of your minds. And there is a good reason that many people in this country cannot read beyond a 7th grade level and can barely do 5th grade math, and that the lowest amount of intelligent people are in the Bible Belt. And it's not because intelligence is something you're born with. It is an education that you actually earn and get. Yes, some people are naturally smarter than others, but it does not mean that that dumb people can't learn to be smart. Yet Republicans have cut education funding over and over and over and over again. They keep taking the money away from it. And now we see a lot of people on the far right who basically use their hate and their prejudice and their fear and their Christian faith to say that the reason that you don't have it so good is because of those people over there. Is wrong. It is bullshit. And it's about time we start speaking out against it. Because this is called fascism. And fascism is a wealthy oligarchy at the top, controlling the government in the middle, that gets people to fight amongst themselves for the resource at the bottom. And this is where it is headed. This is where it is headed. We are stronger together. We are much better together if we stop long enough to realize that black, white, poor, brown, whether that be Mexican or Native American Indian, or Latin, like me, Roman, stand together. Instead of fighting each other over our differences, we should be uniting under a common bond and realize that we are being played for fools. We are being played for fools. So please, America, wake up and grow up, for God's sake. Your founding fathers had an idea of a great nation, and even Ben Franklin said, "We gave you a republic. Now let's hope and pray you can hang on to it." These people on the right, this is exactly what they were telling you to beware of. Were the people now that you currently see on the right. This is what they were telling you to beware of. Open your eyes. Watch what is going on. It is not pretty. And we need to put a stop to it before it gets any uglier. Because when things get ugly, and politics get ugly, and people get hateful, and hate and prejudice is all they have, like the Republican Party is built out of now, then people start to die. Trust me. I lost members of my family in ways that would horrify a lot of people that even I can barely imagine. And I'm grateful to be here. Don't repeat those same mistakes. When someone like Donald Trump tells you he can walk down Madison Avenue in New York City and Manhattan and start shooting people and not lose any supporters. What? Use your head. Is that really what you want running your country? One who can actually threaten not to lose support if he starts shooting his own fellow citizens? Think about it. Okay. Have a good night, and God bless.